it's Kayla here, and today I am surrounded by snow. You know how yesterday's video there was none of that white stuff, and today there is? That's just what happens here in southern Ontario in the spring. You never really know what you're gonna wake up to in the morning. Sometimes it's a blue sky and birds tweeting, and sometimes it's Father Christmas. Oh my gosh. Okay, so today I want to talk about how to deal with failure, because I feel like I'm an expert at failure. I feel like more than anything else that has been like kind of the theme of my channel. And I feel like I've gotten pretty good at failing with a smile. It's really frustrating when you like have this goal that you're working towards and you don't make it again and again and then again and again. But something that helps me is often when I actually do achieve something, whether it's like, I don't know, there was something I wanted to buy and I'm like, oh my gosh, once I have this like thing, things are gonna be so awesome and my life is gonna be totally changed. Or when you finally start to, you know, drop down to the weight that you feel like is ideal and you're still really the same inside. And last year I did a lot of experimentation with that. Different things. I went a long period of time without like shaving my legs or armpits, because I'm like, I'm curious what nature gave me. What do I look like? And I'm like, I'm exactly the same person with or without that. And I think it's a really important realization to have if you're curious. So anyway, failure. Back to failure. I don't know. I go on these weird tangents. Have you guys noticed? Like, I don't know how I connect certain things together. So anyway, I try to do failure with a smile. I try to be proud of every bit of effort I've done. Obviously, food and dietary choices is a big theme on this channel. It's been a big theme in my life. I can't really shake it. It's just kind of who I am. Let's be real. So every meal, every time you put like a single blueberry in your body, like be proud of each of those little achievements, and don't think that just because today you took a detour from the path to the ultimate goal. I guess I don't think of failure as failure, and I think that's why I'm able to kind of do it with a smile. I like taking the scenic route, and I know that because I no longer fall into this, I don't know if I ever really did fall into like a deep despair. I'm like, okay, well, today we're going in this direction, so let's just, you know, re-coordinate our direction or figure out where we're going. And sometimes you completely forget where your destination is and you have to recalibrate. And just because, you know, the theme here is dietary choices, let's use that as an example. And let's use me as an example. Let's poke all the fingers at me. So in the last couple months, and this is like, maybe it's like something like in the energy right now that those... We're still recording. That's what happens when you get to a stoplight. You take a little tumble and you're gonna hang out with me until I'm going in a straight line again, because this tripod is like, it works a little. So I have to laugh at myself. This is like so ridiculous, but I'm still gonna post it because that's what showing up is. So, using myself as an example. I'm driving in a straight line again, guys. over the last couple months, there was this, like, and there's this ongoing trend that a lot of, like, the big vegan influencers on YouTube, on Instagram, on all of the media, they have all gone back to eating animal products. And I'm not gonna lie, there were times when I felt that urge. I saw, like, friends from high school that are, like, you know, looking amazing doing keto, and it doesn't make sense scientifically, it doesn't make sense health-wise, it doesn't make sense for a lot of reasons, but I was still tempted because, especially, like, women in society, it's like maybe I can look a little better than I do right now, and so what if my health will fail for, like, a little while? And I was really tempted, and all it takes is to get, like, a little sick. All it takes is to, you know, wake up in the morning feeling like absolute garbage, to be like, no matter what you look like, it's not worth feeling like crap inside. And I also, like, it was purely a superficial thing that I was tempted, but I didn't act on it. And now I have, like, no temptation whatsoever. But a big part of it was forgetting my direction, forgetting why I do what I do in the first place. Completely losing sight of my destination and the path that I was on. And that's one of the things that I find social media is so amazing for, is when you find that thing that feels so right at the, like, depths of your soul. Bookmark those videos, those pages, those photos, those articles, whatever it is, that's like, yes, this feels so right. Because it's not always going to feel really right to you. There are going to be times when you're like, well, maybe I should just do this other thing, because look at that girl's before and after photos. And it's very tempting. It's very tempting because we're just surrounded by it. Have the bookmark. Have those resources to go back to. And that's what I've done in the last little while, and even more so in the last couple of days. The more that other people are admitting that they have consumed all of these things, the more that I'm like, I do not want to be one of those people. Not just because I want to, you know, I want to stay with the vegan title to, you know, keep people following me and thinking that I'm special. I'm not special. I'm just like you guys, and I don't eat perfectly every day, all the time. There's some days where I don't eat a single vegetable in a day, except for maybe, like, fried potatoes. I don't know. But anyway, keeping your sights on that thing, on that vision, because you will come back to it. The thing that really, really, truly, when you check in with yourself, feels right is probably what's going to actually be right for you. And don't mistake that this feels so right in my soul because there's bacon in it. No, bacon's not good for your soul, and it's not good for your arteries, and it's not good for your heart, and it's like there's a lot of things it's not good for. It's not good for your brain. Like, you know, like, check in with yourself. So yeah, keeping your sights and getting yourself recalibrated. And if you're in a place right now where you're like, feel like you're drifting and you're not really sure what direction you're going in, meditate a little on where you always kind of come back to. Where is true north for you? And remember that each day is just a path. I mean, okay, so I'm in Ontario. You guys are having, like, story time with Kayla today. So I'm in Ontario, and one of my big dreams is to hop in my car and drive all the way across to the west coast of BC. And I've looked at the map a couple times, and there's this like big monstrosity of a obstacle called the Great Lakes that is immediately in my way of going directly to BC. And I either have to go up or have to go down into another country to get to the west coast of my own country. And funny enough, going down into the States is actually the faster route than staying in Ontario and going around. But that's one of those choices I'd have to make. So sometimes before we get to drive across the Straight Plains that your destination is in sight for miles or kilometers, you sometimes have to take a different direction in order to get to that place where you can go straight. This is a really great analogy, hey? I love this analogy. I'm coming up with it like right now. But I cannot go straight unless I get on an airplane. And airplanes are like, if you're going to like be, say you're trying to go raw vegan, airplane is like going to Woodstock. And it gives you that direct route. You get there, the first day you're there, you are raw, and you are raw for 7 days unless you brought cheap foods in your bag. Which, it probably happens more often than we like to admit. I never saw any of it there. I was always, but anyway, I digress a lot. So that's, for example, you sometimes have to go in a different direction in order to figure out what your, true north is. So don't look at a day as a failure. It's a day where you can gather information about yourself and how you respond in certain situations. It's a day where you can find out what works for you. You can find out what doesn't work for you. You can use each day as a way to just kind of play around and try different things and see what feels good. But I do highly recommend revisiting those resources. Think back to when you felt healthiest in your life and what you were doing. And maybe for you, it's actually not focusing on the food so much. For me, it's just kind of always one of those things, and I actually really find a lot of joy in reading about health and learning about nutrients and all that stuff. It's just one of those things for me. So anyway, that's my talk on failure / not failure / winter in Canada and wanting to not be in a winter coat anymore. I hope you guys are doing amazing, and I will see you tomorrow because I think I'm going to do this just every day. Morning chats with Gila. Okay, bye!